Welcome back to The Explainer. So today, we're unpacking something incredibly powerful. It's a 6-month morning master protocol, and it comes to us straight from Stoic wisdom quotes. Look, if you're wanting a structured, totally no-nonsense way to kickstart your day and genuinely transform your routine, well, you're in the right place. We're going to build your exact implementation playbook right now.
Right out of the gate, the source material drops this massive, bold promise. 7 small habits that will change your life in 6 months. I mean, that is a huge claim. But hey, in the spirit of total transparency, the actual text we're looking at explicitly details exactly 6 crucial habits, not 7. Honestly though, 6 is plenty to build a rock-solid morning foundation. So for our implementation playbook today, we're going to just laser focus on these 6 specific daily actions.
Okay, let's dive into this. The theory of a good morning routine is great, right? But theory doesn't change your life. Execution does. So how do we actually put this into practice? Well, throughout this explainer, our primary focus is going to be purely on the practical implementation and daily tracking of these tasks. We're talking about building a system that literally takes you from day 1 all the way to that 6-month mark.
Phase 1, the physical reset.
So before you can conquer the world or honestly even organize your own thoughts, you've got to jumpstart the physical body. We're waking up the machine here. The first 3 tasks stack up like this. Make your bed, drink water, and step outdoors. It's a rapid-fire physical sequence that you complete within the first 10 to 15 minutes of waking up. Let's break down exactly how to implement each one. Task 1 is beautifully simple. Make your bed. The source makes it really clear that this isn't just about having a tidy room. It's actually a psychological trigger. Doing this gives you an immediate boost right out of the gate. It sets a tone of discipline for the entire day. Plus, the text wisely points out that your future self, the exhausted version of you that comes home at the end of the day, will absolutely thank you for it. It is your very first win of the day.
Moving on to task 2, which is really all about the math of the human body. Think about it. 60% of your body is water. So when you wake up, you are naturally dehydrated. The source instructs us to take an internal shower immediately. What does that mean? Just drinking a full glass of water the absolute second you wake up. A great practical implementation step here is to simply leave a glass of water right on your nightstand the night before. You're replenishing that massive 60% water composition before you do literally anything else.
Okay, task 3 is where the biology really kicks in. The instruction is to go outdoors every single morning. And the physiological why behind this is super fascinating. Stepping outside, specifically at dawn, triggers what the source calls a healthy wave of cortisol. Now, I know cortisol usually gets a bad rap as the stress hormone, right? But in this context, it's a completely natural biological response that allows you to be significantly more alert. Your implementation goal is to just physically step out of your front door or maybe onto a balcony to capture that early light.
Now for Phase 2, mental alignment.
Once you've captured that morning light and reset your physical vessel, it's time to ground the mind before the inevitable daily chaos begins. This mental alignment phase relies on 2 practical tasks: reviewing your goals and reading philosophy or scriptures. Think of these as the defensive walls you build around your mind to protect your focus for the rest of the day. Task 4 is reviewing those goals daily. You have got to remind yourself of who you want to become. And the compounding power here is just incredible. According to the source, people who simply have goals are 10 times more successful than those who don't. But get this, those who actually write them down, they're 3 times more successful than that. So your daily implementation is absolutely crucial here. Keep a written list of your goals right on your desk or your nightstand, and physically read it every single morning.
Moving on to Task 5, wisdom before screens. The directive here is to read a passage of philosophy or scripture specifically before you look at your phone in the morning. I know. This is arguably the hardest implementation step in our modern world, but it is absolutely essential. By starting the day with a bit of wisdom, you're proactively choosing your mental inputs rather than just reactively letting an algorithm dictate your mood. A pro tip? Keep a physical book right next to your goal sheet to make this completely seamless. And finally, Phase 3, external care. Now, the protocol completely shifts our focus outward, bringing us to Task 6, care for something else. The practical examples given by the source are things like watering a plant or caring for a pet. This is such a profound implementation step, really, because it actively teaches you to care for something other than yourself early in the day. It breeds empathy, it breeds responsibility,
Hey, if you don't have a pet, just buy a small, low-maintenance indoor plant specifically for the 6-month protocol. It acts as your daily reminder that you're part of a much larger ecosystem.
Next up, tracking your daily progress. Look, knowing these 6 tasks is only half the battle, right? Execution requires a system. So to actually reach that 6-month transformation the source promises, you need to set up a daily tracking checklist with 6 columns: bed, water, outdoors, goals, wisdom, and care. You just can't manage what you don't measure. Treating these habits as daily physical checkmarks is literally the absolute key to executing this protocol. You don't need to be perfect, guys, but you do need to be consistent. By taking these boxes every single morning, you're creating this visual chain of success that builds absolutely unstoppable momentum.
So the really crucial point is this. Ask yourself, who do you want to become 6 months from now? The source promises that these small, daily implementations will change your life over that time frame. The physical reset, the mental alignment, the external care, it all starts tomorrow morning with just making your bed and drinking a glass of water. It's that simple. So grab your checklist, set your alarm, and start building that future self today. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you next time.